Today is the 4th of March, so we're into Women's History Month. Although the screamy people over on the far left are constantly trying to change the definition of woman. Now for me, it's very simple. A woman is an adult human female, someone with XX chromosomes who was born with a uterus. Of course, a woman doesn't still have to have that uterus in later life. It doesn't make her any less of a woman. But females generally don't have facial hair like mine, nor do they come with a pair of love plums and a batter cannon. I said don't come with. Heterosexual ladies will often come due to the male apparatus, as it were, but they don't own their own. Many women have something next to the bed where the end gives all that. I'm getting off topic. In modern society, there are those who say that anyone who identifies as a woman is a woman. But I'm sorry, I identify as just means I'm pretending to be. It doesn't alter reality. If I went to my bank and said I now identify as a millionaire, I doubt they'd alter my account to fit with my delusions. Also, I'm far from thin, I'm quite a portly chap. I can't identify as a thin person. That would make me trans-slender. So today, we'll meet 4 gentlemen who think that they are women. I've said this before, but I'll say it again. I firmly believe the vast majority of the trans community are just trying to live their life like everyone else. And if that's you, I wish you the very best. But it's the screaming strange ones who get all the attention. And to be blunt, it makes making these videos piss easy for me. These men LARPing as women, cosplaying, with nothing more than a selection of offensive tropes and stereotypes. Let's begin.
Hey, I got a quick question. If trans women aren't women and don't get period-like conditions once a month, then why have I been cramping? And today, my hunger was insatiable until I ate specifically pepperoni and pickles, and now it's feeling insatiable again, and I just want something sweet like Panda Paws ice cream, yes.
It never ceases to amaze me that there are so many trans women who know less about actual women than the average man on the street. Those cramps he's having, that's his body reacting against the estrogen he's injecting into himself. It's trying to reject it because it shouldn't be there. And this fetishization of the menstrual cycle is just creepy. Sir, you are not on your period. You are not closed for maintenance. Liverpool aren't playing at home. You do not have the painters in. You're not on the rag. Aunt Flo has not come to visit. I like to think of myself as a feminist. And as for the cravings, I thought the bizarre cravings were more to do with being pregnant rather than the time of the month where a lady is using tummy rockets. And ladies, please help me out here, because I've been led to believe that the really bizarre stuff is more Hollywood than reality. But I don't know, I'm a man, as is he. All I know is that for 1 week of the month, I make sure there's extra chocolate in the fridge and I shut the fuck up. Anyway, now let's see someone who is truly bizarre.
Would you like them here or there? I would not like them here or there. I would not like them anywhere. I do not like green eggs and ham. I do not like them, Sam, I am. Would you like them in a house? Would you like them with a mouse? I do not like them in a house. I do not like them with a mouse. I do not like them here or there. I do not like them anywhere. I do not like green eggs and ham. I do not like them, Sam,
I don't know there what's going on. I know though that it's very wrong. By looking at those massive hands, it's plain to see that is a man. Although it is an easy jab, why is he wearing a hijab? Because if he goes to certain mosques, the will his head cut off. I am genuinely baffled by this one. Why would a man who's decided he's now a woman go down the route of hardline Islam? Because in my opinion, and it's only my opinion, YouTube, I'm not stating this as fact, in my opinion, The Islamic faith is the most backward and oppressive, particularly when it comes to women's issues. Some Muslim countries openly hate women. Maybe that's why it makes sense, because some hardline trans activists also openly hate women. And the book he's reading is Green Eggs and Ham. Ham's a pork product. Muslims aren't allowed to eat it. In fact, that's something that's always confused me about the religion of peace. The hardline part of the ideology says it's fine to murder infidels, to call about for the genocide of the Jews and the destruction of Israel. It's also okay to have an unhealthy interest in young girls. Once they've had the first period, they're then fair game. And it's okay for one to go into a crowded place and detonate oneself. But a bacon roll is going too far. Fun fact, people who eat bacon don't randomly explode. Next up, we'll see another man in a dress explaining why he needs to use the women's restroom.
There's your problem. See, I'm not a man. I may look like a man, I may sound like a man, but I don't function like a man. I am not a man. If you see me in a woman's room, I will be femme and doing my best to look like I belong, because I know that people are afraid. But I am not a man. As much as you want to say that I am, as much as you want to think that I am not a man. I never was. Never have been, never will be. I'd be more afraid of you walking into a women's room if I'm in there.
Sorry, mate, you're a man. I apologise if reality offends you. He says he doesn't function like a man. Or does he run on a fucking 9-volt battery or something? And he says he's aware that people are frightened when he's in female spaces. It's not people, it's women. You're intimidating, mate. You're a man going out of your way to intimidate women. You know it makes them uncomfortable and you do it anyway, you selfish bastard. But saying that he's more frightened of someone walking into the women's restroom? That's understandable, because one day a dad will be waiting for his young daughter outside the ladies and see that thing walk in, so he'll follow him in and knock his fucking teeth out. I asked whether he runs on a 9-volt battery. Of course he doesn't. He'd use a transformer, or tranny for short. Now we'll see a chap who's so deluded he's decided to get his dog involved in his gender confusion.
I was walking Hera the other day, and like always, this woman walked up to me, asked if she could pet her because obviously she's so cute. I said yes, and as she was petting Hera, she asked if Hera was a boy or a girl. And to my shock, she reached her hand under, lifted her up, and inspected her genitals in order to determine if my dog was a boy or a girl. So when I, at the exact same moment, responded and said that Hera is a girl, she tried to correct me and say, actually, your dog is a boy. Look at her genitals. And I responded, why are you obsessed with my dog's genitals? My dog is a girl, and I ask that you respect that. She apologized and then quickly walked away. It was the most uncomfortable and awkward confrontation I have had with Hera. It's just a friendly reminder that dogs don't care about gender, but humans do. So all that we ask is that you respect our genders because it matters to me. I'm not demanding that you understand me or that you understand trans identity or gender, but I am going to set a boundary that if you show me and my dog disrespect in our gender, then you will be blocked and you will not be allowed to ever pet her again.
So the dog isn't trans. It reminds me of those people who say, I'm vegan and so is my dog. No, your dog is not vegan, you're just denying it meat. And one day, when it rips the face off a fucking toddler, you'll realise it's not as vegan as you thought it was. And him saying, why is this person obsessed with my dog's genitals? That sounds more like your camp, mate. I dug into this one, and it transpires the reason that chap thinks his dog is trans is that the dog doesn't cock its leg to urinate. Could it be maybe the dog has a spinal problem? No, of course not. It's transgender. Now, I'll admit something here now. Occasionally, I sit down to piss, That doesn't make me a woman. It's just, if I have a very full bladder, and I know essentially it's going to sound like I'm running a bath, if I think I'll get through a couple of pages of a book, then I will perch myself atop the porcelain throne. Incidentally, most of the knowledge I've accrued throughout my life has been gained whilst in that position. It doesn't make me a woman. What next? There's a magpie there. Maybe it's gender fluid, and that crow is clearly non-binary. Utter madness. So that's the end of this video. If you've enjoyed it, please do like and subscribe. And at the weekend, this channel hit 10,000 subscribers. I am so grateful to anyone that takes the time out of their day to listen to me ranting this mindless shit. As ever, thanks for watching. It's the... oh, fucking good start now. Into Women's History Month. Try not to come across as sexist. Well done, birds. That woman is chasing after her horse. And I know that because I just jumped out the way of it. Yet in modern society... oh, the wind's back, great. Yet in our more modern... oh, fuck it. I am genuinely baffled by this one. Why would a man who's decided he's now a woman go down the... fuck. The imam will his head cut off. I loved Doctor's Ute as a kid. 40 years later it's paying off. I wish that we could end this farce. I do not take it up the arse. Transgender types may laugh and scoff, but I don't want my cock cut off. Into this. And